4-head semi-automatic pressure overflow filler. And the way pressure overflow works is the pump comes to the manifold, comes to the top of your nozzle. The liquid comes through the vent holes in the nozzle, and when it gets to that point, to the bottom of the lip here, it starts to flow back into the tank so that your level stays the same. You change the height of your fill level by adding spacers. The more spacers you have, the lower the nozzle goes in the head and the higher the fill level. You want to take liquid out, take spacers away, and the fill level goes down because the nozzle protrudes further into the container. You have 2 different timers on this machine. One of them is for the head time, which I've got marked for approximately what it takes to fill a 2.5-gallon container, and that determines the amount of time that the head bar itself stays down on the containers. The second timer is your pump timer, and that is the amount of time that the pump runs after the head comes down. You always want to make sure that you have 3 to 5 seconds longer on the head than you do on the pump, so that way it will evacuate all the pressure before the nozzles come up, otherwise you'll get overspray of product everywhere. When you start the filler after stop, if you hit the E-stop, all you have to do is turn it off. It'll start automatically. But if you just finished a cycle, then all you have to do after that is hit the green button and it'll run through a cycle. When the head bar comes down, you have to make sure that the heads are compressed sufficiently so that the springs here are completely compressed. That makes sure that you have a good seal on each one of your containers, and it gets all the air out and makes it evacuate it through the tube so you don't have any overspray. Here's an example of one cycle. Notice right here, this is where the springs are fully compressed, all the way down without squeezing on the container too much. When all 4 lines are returning, the bottles are full. Set the machine, all you have to do now is hit your green button. Every time you run a set out, run a set in. If you hit the E-stop, no matter what position you are in the filling cycle, the head bar comes right back up.